find your comfortable seat and we'll get started there. So we'll start with the eyes closed. So get situated. Once you get there, gently draw the eyes closed and we will get started. And once the eyes are drawn closed, take a couple moments to simply become aware of how you're feeling right now. So notice your mind, your mental state, and simply how it feels. Draw your awareness to the body as a whole and just notice how it feels. And eventually tune into your emotional or your energetic well-being. And again, just notice how you feel. Become aware. Eventually draw your awareness to the heart space and begin to feel the breath ripple in and out of your body. Feel free to take bigger breaths than usual, allowing your mind to simply arrive here and now. Continue to breathe deeply. Again, just feeling the beautiful feeling of your breath within. And as you're here, allowing your mind to settle into the present moment, I'd of course like to share with you a quote. So feel free to listen with the eyes closed or open. It's a very brief quote, but powerful. The quote for today is by Carl R. Rogers, and it is this: "I am not perfect, but I'm enough." I'll read that for you one more time. I'm not perfect, but I'm enough. What does that mean for you? So take a moment to contemplate. I'm not perfect, but I'm enough. And this is a quote that for me really rings a lot of truth, and it's something that I have learned throughout my yoga and meditation journey that I'd like to offer you, is that perfection is a human-made term or element, however you want to look at it. So perfection is something where we think things should look a certain way or be a certain way, act a certain way, but at the end of the day, humans, our human mind comes up with that definition. So I'd like to suggest to you, if you'd like to bring this visualization in, that you have a rose in front of you, a flower, that's a rose, red rose, and let's say a tulip on the other side. If you think the rose is perfection, the tulip will never be enough. You know, the tulip is always striving to look like this rose, have certain petals and certain color and look a certain way, but it will never be perfect because it's not a rose. When we do that to ourselves, when we constantly compare and contrast, we come up with this feeling that we aren't enough as who we are. So if we're constantly looking at the rose and we're the tulip, we always feel this sense that we're not enough, whether it comes to finances, how we look, our own personalities, whatever it is. But I'd like to suggest to you that you are perfect. Not in the sense of the human-defined version of perfection, but in the sense of the creator of all that is, the God, whatever you like to look at it as, that made you. You are perfect, and because of you being you, you are enough. So rather than maybe making this theme for your week, or simply practice going out into the world and comparing all of the beautifulness that you are to other things around you that simply aren't you, maybe you go out into the world appreciating you for exactly as you are, and knowing deep within that because you are perfect and divinely created, you are simply enough. So take a couple moments, maybe contemplate that, and even bring to the mantra that I am perfect, and because of that, I am enough. And once you're ready, maybe you begin to switch gears as we make our way towards our shamatha technique. So if you're sitting on the ground, gently draw those legs to be crossed, one ankle on top of another. Hands rest gently on the thighs or the knees. If you're sitting on a chair or a couch, inch yourself forward so the knees are directly above the ankles and you're sitting up nice and tall. If the eyes are still closed, gently peel them open and find somewhere to look on the ground ahead of you. And I will start our timer. With the eyes drawn open, soften and relax your gaze. So rather than staring at one point in particular, just allow the visual field to enter through your eyes. Soften the vision. Bring your awareness all the way down to your feet. Relax the toes, maybe you give them a little wiggle. Soften the feet, the ankles. Relax the lower legs, the knees. Soften the upper legs. And allow your hips and sits bones to sink towards the seat beneath you. Allow the lower half of your body to become weighted and heavy. Gently begin to sit up nice and tall, stacking every vertebra one on top of another. Continue to work up the back body, even through the back of the neck, lifting the chin to about parallel to the ground beneath you. Crown of the head gently reaches up towards the ceiling. And then begin to relax the front of your body. So soften the forehead. Relax the eyebrows, the space between them. Soften your eyes. Relax the cheeks, the jaw. Soften your lips, the teeth, and gently float the tongue down away from the roof of your mouth. Soften your ears and the space between them. Relax your neck and allow the shoulders to really melt down the back body, creating space around the neck and ears. Soften the arms, allowing the elbows to simply hang by your sides as the hands rest on your legs. Relax your chest and the space around your heart. Soften the rib cage and relax the belly, allowing the belly button to draw away from the spine. As you're here, begin to feel the breath in your body. So bring your awareness to the nostrils. For a couple rounds of breath, can you simply focus on the feeling of air rushing in and out of your nose? Notice how it feels and simply be with your inhales and your exhales. Gently travel inwards to the body, bringing your awareness to the back of the throat now. On the inhales, can you feel a gentle whisper of air along the back of your throat? And the exhales, feel the air brush on by as you breathe out. Again, just allow your awareness to settle here for a couple of moments. Feel into the chest, the heart center. On the inhales, can you feel your chest lift and expand? On the exhales, notice the chest lower and soften. Again, feel how the breath feels for you in this region of the body, and just be with the feeling. And gently lower your awareness one more time towards the torso, the midsection of your body. On the inhales, can you feel not only the lungs and ribcage expand, but the belly press outwards? And on the exhales, belly softens, ribcage and lungs soften as well. Feel the breath along the whole circumference of your core as you breathe in and out. Continue to feel the breath in your body, noticing where you feel it along every point of your inhales and exhales. and simply being with this beautiful sensation within. This is all you have to do. Feel the breath. There's nothing else you have to do right now. Inevitably, the mind will think. It will wander and go to different places, different spaces, different times, and that's okay. We're here to use our breath as an area of focus, an anchor in the present moment. So when we notice that the mind is thinking, we can simply come back. If you notice thoughts murmuring in the background, but you're still able to feel the inhales and exhales and focus on that task, then keep doing what you're doing. If at any point the mind takes you completely away, that you forget about feeling your inhales and your exhales, label it thinking when you become aware, and simply return to the breath. This is the practice. It's a practice of returning home, of coming back to the present moment. No matter how many times we have to come back, that's the practice, to return, to come back home to the breath. So take the next couple of moments to practice this technique. Feel your breath within. When you get totally distracted, the mind takes you elsewhere, label it thinking and come on back. Let go of any sorts of judgments or ways that you think your practice should look, and simply be with yourself as you are, finding love for here and now. Take the next couple moments to simply practice this technique. Gently draw your practice to a close. Feel free to close the eyes, deepen the breath, or even add subtle movements. We'll eventually meet up with palms touching at heart center and the eyes drawn closed. Take a couple of moments to consciously observe how you feel. Draw your awareness to your mind, to your headspace. Simply notice how it feels. What word describes the state of your mind right now? Gently tune into your body and notice how it feels. What word describes your body? And then tune into your emotional, your energetic well-being. What emotion do you feel in this moment? Gently give yourself a smile and truly thank yourself for showing up here today, for dedicating your time to your health, to your life, and to your practice. And thank you for sharing your beautiful energy with me and everybody else who joined in here this evening. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.